Video games, video games, video games. Where do I even start? One of the future's best educational tools for kids, it always gets bad publicity from the mainstream. I wonder why that is. Well, let's grab our controllers, listen to a beautiful soundtrack of our favorite video games, and get to debunking theories on whether or not video games are bad. Hi, my name is Rager. I'm 18 years old and I'm the #1 video game rage enthusiast the world has ever seen. I've also gotten a PhD in GGEZ and I'm part of the Phase Up Nation. Do you believe that video games cause violence? Well, you see, the answer you're after is far more complex than that. Video games is an easy scapegoat towards violence, and for that reason, it is difficult to understand what the true effects of modern video games are. However, recent studies have shown that the effects of video games have on violent intentions are inadequate, and thus you cannot say that video games cause violence, but violent people cause violence. I see, and how will we be able to think forward and get rid of false claims that video games cause violence? To get rid of all these stigmas, we will first need to get everyone educated and learn that video games don't cause violence. Only then will video games' reputation start to heal. The only way it could heal is with time and education. So how have you been during this pandemic? I have not gotten any sleep for days or even weeks. When I found out that everyone had to stay in the house, I decided I need to better my competition. Right. So you say you play a lot of video games. Do you ever socialize with anyone on it? And do video games have an effect on your mental well-being? Yes. A recent study according to Sage Journals has shown that there's a connection with the well-being of others and the effect that video games have with it. With video games, it is more about the experience you have with it than the duration that you play. And with the rise of social video games, lockdown has created an experience where video games have created a digital zone for socializing while you're playing video games. Some video games could have up to 10 friends in a lobby, such as Among Us, and with applications such as Discord and TeamSpeak, all being in a call together has now been easier than ever. Thank you, Mr. Joe. It was lovely talking to you. As it is with you. Thank you very much. Wow, what an interesting interview that was. I'm so glad I can get such great insights from such a gamer. Let me be real now. As a gamer that has always loved video games, I started this video documentary with the biased point of view, but now I must be more open and more objective. A downfall of video games is that they can be addictive if you have an addictive personality, and for that reason I wouldn't recommend it to you unless you could take the responsibility and know when to take breaks. You could also encounter RSI, which is repetitive strain injury, with your thumb and or hand or arm, and for that reason I would want to take breaks in between game sessions. Another downside if you're a gamer is toxicity in the fan base, particularly for online experiences. There are unfortunately often a game where there is 1 or 2 negative people in the game that could possibly cause you harm, and it may be the best to mute them or just ignore them when you play, or you may not get a good experience for that reason. Overall, are video games good for you? I say yes. With responsibility and with self-control, video games can be a great way to kick back and relax. Or if you want, it can be the source for you to let out all your inner competitiveness. Responsibly, of course. Video games have brought me and my friends closer together, and I've met some great people from it. It may just be what you need, and who knows, you could be the next best player. And I can't wait to see you in the leaderboards.